We may have just witnessed one of the most incredible moments in the history of the WWE, but what else went down in Toronto? G'day everyone, I'm Chris Apples from Aussie Cousins Wrestling, and here is our review of Elimination Chamber 2025. First up was the Women's Elimination Chamber with Liv Morgan and Naomi starting. Well, that would have been Naomi starting, but she got attacked by a returning Jade Cargill before the bell. Cargill looked incredible here as she threw Naomi all over the place, eventually slamming the Elimination Chamber door into Naomi, which ruled her out of the match. This is a fantastic way to start the match, with Jade Cargill looking like she's going to attack Liv Morgan, but of course she went after Naomi while Bianca Belair was in the pod and couldn't do anything about it. Next into the match was Bianca Belair, and her and Liv Morgan shared some wonderful chemistry throughout the Elimination Chamber. In fourth was Roxanne Perez making her Elimination Chamber debut, and she was fantastic. She definitely looked like she belonged in a match of this type, and she just threw herself all over the place. Bayley came in fifth, followed by Alexa Bliss, and all five ladies were in the ring, obviously with Naomi eliminated earlier on. Roxanne Perez and Bayley continued their rivalry as they had a long exchange before Bayley was the second woman eliminated from the match after Liv Morgan hit an opportunistic oblivion while she was fighting with Roxanne to get the pinfall of Bayley 1, 2, 3. One of the craziest spots of the match happened next, and it was Liv and Bianca who went to the top of a pod after Bayley was eliminated, and they were hitting each other into the cage before Liv tried to escape downwards. Bianca grabbed her and did the loudest whip you have ever heard on Liv Morgan's stomach, and then kicked her off, followed by a huge crossbody from Bianca Belair. And unfortunate for Liv Morgan, she took most of that crossbody herself. A wonderful sequence. Roxanne Perez was the next one eliminated as she went for pop rocks on Bianca, which was countered into a code breaker by Liv Morgan, and then twisted Bliss off the top rope, and Alexa Bliss got the elimination of Roxanne Perez. But as I said before, this was a fantastic showing for Roxanne, as she definitely looks like she belongs at this level, and I'm excited to see what they do with her on the main roster going forward. Alexa Bliss was the next one to go as she hit an Abigail DDT on Bianca, but Liv Morgan rolled her up and didn't give Bliss a chance to escape. It is now just down to Liv Morgan and Bianca Belair. At one stage, Bianca was using Liv as a baseball bat as she slammed her into the cage and the pod over and over. But Liv Morgan was also grabbing the hair of Bianca Belair, shoving her into the cage in between the ropes as well. Bianca Belair hit a huge powerbomb over the ropes and into the ring, followed up by a 450 splash, but this was countered by Liv as she got her knees up. Liv went for her oblivion, but it was countered into a KOD attempt, which again was blocked into a code breaker. A second oblivion attempt, this was countered by another KOD, and finally the victory. What a fantastic finishing sequence. Liv Morgan was the MVP of this match, Bianca Belair a very close second, but Liv just took some crazy bumps, hit everything she needed to do. She is becoming one of the best in the WWE at the moment. This is probably the best Women's Elimination Chamber match of all time, I would have to say. And after the match, we see Rhea Ripley and Io Sky coming out to have a face-off with Bianca Belair. And before we get on to the second match, please make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can help out us here at Aussie Cousins Wrestling on our journey to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Moving on to the match between Nia Jax and Candice LeRae versus Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus. Trish and Candice were the two to start in the ring, and an early tag to Tiffany saw the favourites get on top. Nia Jax eventually interfered and helped Candice get back before Nia tagged in and controlled the match for quite a while with Tiffany on the receiving end. That of course was until Tiffany managed to get the hot tag to tag in Trish with a great looking tornado DDT to Nia. But eventually Nia countered it into a stretch muffler, which she then hit Trish Stratus into the turnbuckle, and Candice followed it up with a drop kick. A wonderful move here. Finally, Trish got the hot tag to Tiffany and a huge Alabama slam to LeRae, followed by a spine buster to Nia. Trish hit a chick kick to Nia in the corner, followed by a super bulldog off the top. LeRae went to break up the pin with a moonsault, but unfortunately hit Nia Jax as Trish moved out of the way. A quick tag to Tiffany, who got rid of Candice, hit the prettiest moonsault ever for the win. This was fun, nothing more, nothing less, and a good showing for Trish and Tiffany. And now one hell of a brawl ensued between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And of course, they have to do the hockey fight to start off with, as we are in Canada. And then it went to the outside with Sami Zayn getting on top, who brought in some chairs. But as usual in wrestling, if you're the one to bring in the weapons to start off with, you're probably going to get attacked first, with Kevin getting them and taking Sami out. After getting back on top, Sami got a hockey stick out to a massive reaction from the crowd and whacked KO through a chair with a stick, followed by getting a table out to another huge pop. KO then used the hockey stick and choked him with it before they started to fight through the crowd. Sami then hit Kevin with two back-to-back back suplex, kind of blue thunderbomb looking maneuvers into tables set up way into the crowd. This looked fantastic and the crowd loved it, of course. They then went back to the ring together and Kevin pushed Sami off the top rope and through the previously set up tables on the outside. This was quite a scary bump, but taken very well by Sami in the end. Kevin then hit a fisherman's buster through a set-up chair in the ring, but Sami somehow managed to kick out. As Sami fought back, he hit a dragon suplex on Kevin Owens, followed by another dragon suplex through the same chair, and then went for the haluva kick in the corner. Then KO pulled Rod Zapata, the referee, in the way, who took the full brunt of Sami's boot. KO then hit the stunner with Charles Robinson sprinting out to count the pin, which was only a 2, so Little Nate got himself a clothesline by Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens then set Sami up on the table with a chair on him to hit him with a senton, but Sami used the chair to get back, went up top, but you know you don't suplex Kevin Owens off that top rope, and he hit a fisherman's buster through the table. Sami then went searching under the ring once again and found a barbed wire wrapped chair. He hit KO a couple of times with it before hitting a drop toe hold face first on the chair. Kevin sold this like he had his face ripped apart. He then hit the blue thunderbomb through the barbed wire chair and another very close kick out. KO then managed to counter a haluva kick attempt with a pop-up powerbomb before wrapping a chair around Sami's neck and running him into the ring post twice. KO then hit 2 powerbombs on the apron to finally get the 1, 2, 3. Kevin Owens then went to hit a pile driver to Sami on the exposed concrete on the outside, but Randy Orton came out for the save to confront Kevin Owens. As he was the fresher man, Randy Orton managed to get on top and hit an RKO on Kevin Owens. And then as he was setting up for a punt kick, the security got in the way. So of course, Randy Orton hit RKOs on everyone in sight. Another really good match. Plenty of emotion in this one. And of course the predictable finish with Randy Orton coming out, but still, it was fantastic. The men's Elimination Chamber was next and Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins started in this one. And similar to last year, this one got off to a bit of a slow start, with Damian Priest coming in next, followed by Logan Paul. It wasn't until John Cena finally got into the ring that things started to pick up, as he hit all of his moves of doom on everyone when his number was called to enter the ring. He hit attitude adjustments on Seth and Damian, and the 5-knuckle shuffle on Logan Paul, followed by an attitude adjustment on Logan again. But out of nowhere, Drew McIntyre came in and Claymored John Cena. As he trash talked John Cena, he was rolled up by Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre, who won last year's Elimination Chamber, was the first one eliminated. But before he went out of the cage, Drew McIntyre turned around and delivered a Claymore to Damian Priest, which allowed Logan Paul to go to the top of a pod and hit a huge frog splash, and Damian Priest was eliminated very shortly after Drew McIntyre. It looks like that match at WrestleMania is probably going to happen now. And then finally, CM Punk was the last one to come in. Logan Paul met him at his pod, and CM Punk told the refs, "You know it's me, just open the door." CM Punk started like a house on fire as he threw Logan all over the place. A little while later, Logan Paul managed to hit a double buckshot on Seth Rollins and John Cena, and then CM Punk managed to counter another buckshot lariat attempt from Logan Paul into a GTS and pin Logan. And if you saw our predictions videos, that's a point for me, as I predicted that CM Punk would eliminate Logan Paul from this match. CM Punk then took a leaf out of Carmelo Hayes' book and did the berry taunt on Logan Paul. So now it was just down to CM Punk, John Cena and Seth Rollins. CM Punk and John Cena managed to hit a heart attack on Seth Rollins to set up a face-off between the two, which ended in a hug. Quite a nice gesture, but of course into a hockey fight. But finally, Seth Rollins was the 4th man eliminated from the match, as Punk managed to hit a go to sleep on him, followed by an attitude adjustment by John Cena. Punk got that quick pin to eliminate Seth Rollins from the match. John Cena then went to shake CM Punk's hand again and immediately was hit by a go to sleep for a close kick out. Then John Cena hit Punk with an attitude adjustment for an even closer kick out. But as John Cena sent CM Punk through the ropes, we didn't realize that Seth Rollins hadn't yet made his way out of the chamber. He hit a huge stomp onto CM Punk on the outside before John Cena locked in the STF and made Punk pass out. To get the win, he is going to WrestleMania to face Cody Rhodes. I'll recap our picks here because we need to talk about that last segment on its own. I picked up points for correctly predicting the winners of all 4 matches, plus picking that CM Punk would eliminate Logan Paul, so that's 5 for me. While Mikey Spence picks up 3 points for correctly guessing Bianca Belair's win, Trish and Tiffany winning, and Kevin Owens getting the W. This means I bridge the gap down to just 2 points in our Wrestling Prediction League. And back to the action, Cody Rhodes' music hit while John Cena was celebrating. The two of them had a quite lovely moment in the ring, to be honest. And while they were sharing their moment, The Rock's music hit. But it was actually Travis Scott coming out first, before The Rock's music kicked back in and the final boss entered. The Rock went through his spiel and obviously he wanted an answer from Cody Rhodes. Would he sell his soul to the final boss? Cody declined the offer and simply stated, "Hey Rock, go f*** yourself," to a massive ovation from the Toronto crowd. As John Cena ran around the ring celebrating, he went to give Cody a hug, which saw The Rock give him a sign to hit Cody Rhodes with a low blow. John Cena has just turned heel for the first time in over 22 years as he went on to beat down Cody. And in fact, he actually started beating Cody Rhodes down with the Rolex that the final boss had given to Cody. He then took the WWE title and was hitting Cody all over the place with it, making him bleed. John Cena and Travis Scott held down Cody as he was whipped by the weight belt of The Rock, which of course states Cody's soul. This was the most incredible heel turn in the last 20 years, without a doubt. I don't think too many people could have actually predicted it coming. It was done to perfection. So what do you guys think of Elimination Chamber? Please leave a comment down below and let us know your thoughts. While you're there, please make sure you like the video and of course subscribe to our channel so we can continue our quest to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. And of course, the most important thing from us here at Aussie Cousins Wrestling is that everyone out there has a wonderful day.